Hey there, it's Rosalind here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the Valentine's Day YouTube hop. And this hop is hosted by Katie over at Hook, Line, and Inker, and she reached out on her Instagram, and 19 other creators joined her along for this Valentine's hop. And there's going to be a giveaway, so be sure to stick around to find out more about that. But let's get into making the card that I'm making today. It's a non-traditional Valentine's card, and while I was looking for the particular set that I wanted to use, I pulled out so many more sets, just thinking that I might need them. But this card all stemmed from this little stamp from Sunny Studios called Missing You. And this stamp I found along with it, which had a really cute little cow on it. And that one is called Miss Moo. And you will see later on in the video that I used a fraction of those supplies that I had pulled, but I had a general idea of what I wanted, but I don't really pre-plan stuff too much, so I just grabbed a bunch. I'm going to set them off to the side and get stamping my images here. Just put those stamps on my stamping platform, and I'm rubbing those stamps because they are brand new, so I'm just getting a bit of the residue off to make it easier to stamp. And that's where the stamping platform comes in, because you can stamp it multiple times. I stamped it on some Copic friendly paper, and I'm going to color that in with my Copics. I stamped that with the Gina K Amalgam Black ink, which I love for both Copics and watercolor. So I'm just going to color in these images, and this is all sped up for you guys because we don't want to be here all day. So for her face, actually it's a him because he represents my husband. I'm using colors. I started with E11 and blended that out with our YR01, but then came back in with the E13 and just gave him a little bit more shadow to his face, ears, and his little cute legs. And of course, blending that out. These images are so cute, and you don't even have to use many markers or pencils to color these guys in. They're so simple. I'm just adding some W3 here. It's just a really, really pale gray, just to give a little bit of definition to this sheep's coat. And for her his little feet, I'm using W9 and W5 and 100 marker for his nose, because I always like black noses on critters for some reason. Giving him some rosy cheeks with R22 and blending that out with R20 because I thought it was a bit too bright. And then I'm moving on to my cow, and she's going to be colored up like a dairy cow, like the black and white traditional cow. And I'm using the W9 again and blending that just a bit with the W7. And this card is going to be for my husband. He's my one true love, and I wanted to go a little non-traditional. I wanted to go a little bit cute, sort of funny with the puns, and wasn't feeling the pinks and reds that are traditional for Valentine's Day. So this is what I came up with. So for his face, her nose, I just colored that up with the same markers as the sheep's face and gave her some cheeks. And using those same colors, the R22 and the R20 for the inside of her ears, and a little E13, I believe, for her horns and her hooves, and blending that with the E15. And I think she turned out pretty cute. So it's been a while since I made a video, so I was kind of rusty, and you will see in this video I didn't cut out all of my mistakes, but you will see that I hit some roadblocks or speed bumps along the way, but I'm not going to start all over, so you will see a couple of those in this video. So I've taken a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I'm going to cut that out with a slimline die. It's like a wonky stitched die here for my card front, and I'm just figuring out where I want this happy couple to be on my card. And my vision was a soft blended background, but nothing scene specific, sort of just grass and sky. So for the grass, I picked Fresh Cut Lawn by Lawn Fawn, and I'm just using this blender brush that I got off Amazon and just really lightly going back and forth in circular motion to get a really soft and subtle blend there. And I'm just going to speed this up because we don't want to be here all day. And as I'm going to go back and forth with my happy couple to see how much more blending that I want to do. And for the blue, I used Pink Fresh Studios Summer Shower. And I thought that turned out to be a really nice blue for the so-called sky in the background. And you can see that I'm doing that same motion all the way up, and it really did take me some time to get a really nice subtle blend with those dye inks. And I'm just checking my placement of the happy couple and extending my sky up just a slight bit more. So to add a little something to my background, I'm going to take this stamp set from Sunny Studios called Cascading Hearts, and it just adds a little bit more of a Valentine's feel to this card. And instead of going with a pink or a red for the traditional Valentine's color, I'm going to stamp this in the same background color with the Pink Fresh Studios Summer Shower. Now you can use any inks that you like if you were to create this card. I think it would look great in all sorts of different colors. So I'm just going to ink that up here, and this is where I think to myself, I really need to invest in some large ink pads. It really drives me crazy to try to get, like, especially a clear stamp all inked up and stamped. I feel like I'm taking forever with these little mini inks, but that's where this stamp platform comes in handy, because you can stamp it over and over again until you get it how you like. This is where I'm going to hit the wall. I took out my Oliver ABCs, the Stitch ABCs, and I cut them out with some Bristol Smooth cardstock as well. And I'm going to arrange them on my card front. And as you will see, my pre-planning, which didn't happen, this is why we should plan things. But anyway, it doesn't fit. It's just too crowded for me. It just doesn't look right. So instead of giving up, I remade the card base, the card front, using a rectangular wonky stitched die, and it's almost the size of a A2 size card. It's going to leave a little white border around when I get that on my card base, but I like how it looks much better. And I did the same inking technique on this background as I did before, and I'm just going to re-stamp those hearts on the background in the same blue ink. So you can see that I was struggling making this video, but I had to persevere and get through it and join all the crafty people on this hop. You're going to have so much fun hopping and getting inspiration for all your Valentine's cards, or getting lots of ideas out there. There's going to be a whole bunch of different crafters, and you're definitely going to find something that you totally love. Now, I went to stamp this. I shifted the stamp over so I could stamp the entire background, stamped it once, got distracted by my magnets there on my stamp platform, and I ended up inking up the wrong side of the stamp. I'm pressing and I'm wondering what is going on. Why isn't it getting darker? Oh, right. Why don't we stamp it in the right spot this time? So after I get that all stamped up, I'm going to bring my stars of the show back in, line up my letters, and see how I'm liking the background of this card. And for the coordinating die set that came with the sheep, it had a little die cut that said you on it, so I brought that in. And I am bringing in this sentiment from the cow set that says, I utterly adore you. And I'm going to be stamping that directly on the card front. So I don't want this entire sentiment, I just want the I utterly. So I'm going to mask off adore you with some masking tape and sort of get it fitted on to the part that I don't want. I'm going to take my VersaFine Clear Nocturne Black ink, stamp that up, and remember to take the masking tape away. It wasn't a perfect stamp, but I fix that later on when I get my die cut sentiment down. So once again, I'm going to bring in my die cut sentiment here just for arranging it on my card, because I'm going to be doing the same technique with another stamp. So I wanted the word Valentine on my card. So I'm bringing in this set by Lawn Fawn called How You Bean Conversation Hearts add-on. And it says Happy Valentine's Day. So I don't need the happy or the day. So I'm just going to do the same technique here and mask that off with a bit of masking tape, adding my ink down and remembering to remove my masks, and stamp that directly on the card front as well. So I'm going to start getting all of my pieces down on my card. And as I do that, I'm going to tell you about the giveaway. So the giveaway is open internationally, and what you have to do to enter the giveaway to be eligible is to hop along to all 20 of the creators on this hop and make sure that you leave a comment. I will link the next person in the hop in my description box, so go down there and click on the link. And I assure you, you are going to have so much fun on this hop. There are so many different crafters on here. You're bound to get some awesome Valentine's Day inspiration, and maybe even find some new crafty YouTubers to subscribe to. Some of these crafters, this could be their first hop. This could be their first video. So go ahead and share some love with them, whether they have 1 subscriber or 1,000 subscribers. Show your support, and you'll be entered in this awesome giveaway. And if I didn't mention it before, it is open internationally. So now that I have the large sentiment stuck down, I forgot to mention that that one was from Lawn Fawn. I'm going to stick down my little itty bitty you sentiment here and get smart and start using my tweezers. I always seem to forget about that, and I make a big mess on my fingers and the card. So I'm just going to take my adhesive eraser here and clean that up a bit. I'm going to attach my happy couple, and that's me and my husband. I guess I'm calling myself a cow now. Anyway, it's cute. We love the puns in this house. We always joke around with each other, and I think he's really going to love this card. So I'm just going to get a card base here. This is a top folding A2 size card, and I'm going to fool around with my ATG gun here because it was giving me issues. I had just reloaded it, so of course, right at the end of my video. Anyway, so you can see the lovely little border that this creates with this background die here. I love how it turned out. And I'm just going to add a few little gel pen, white gel pen details here. No rhyme or reason, just wherever I see fit. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you enjoyed the card. And please like and subscribe. So subscribing is not required for the giveaway, but it's always nice to show your support. So I hope to see you guys again here soon. And I hope you guys take care. Bye-bye.